And remember, whenever we talk about functions, we always put the fun inside a function every single time. You need to underline fun. They are fun. It's a function. If you're not having fun, you're not doing functions correctly. A linear function has infinite solutions. Okay, so we looked at this briefly the past 2 lessons, and I showed you this answer, and I'm like, that doesn't actually mean what we talked about in Unit 2. It isn't that x is infinite, but you will eventually get 1 equals 1 once you plug in an ordered pair. It doesn't mean it's infinite solutions because you solved it as an equation. We don't solve linear functions, we graph them. It means a little bit different from what we talked about in Unit 2. It does not mean that any ordered pair will be a solution to a linear function. So it doesn't mean that I'm just going to randomly pull a number out of the air like I did for infinite solutions and make it work. That is not what linear functions and infinite solutions mean. The only points that are solutions to a linear function are those that are, pause for dramatic effect, on the line. That means that they make the equation of the function true. Solutions are going to be given to you in 3 different ways. They might show up as ordered pairs. They might show up as a table of values. And they might show up as a graph. What did the math teacher ask for Christmas?
A calculator.
A box of ordered pairs.
That's a knee slapper.
$39.99 for a box of ordered pairs. You
They
can
sell them at
literally
Macy's.
order them and they'll come to my mailbox. Probably not my mailbox because they get squished.
Actually, Macy's and get
I would eat them. If somebody gives me ordered pairs for Christmas, I will gladly eat them.
I'm gonna get you pears for Christmas now.
Thank you. I will gladly accept a pair. Only if it's ordered there, not just a single
I'll give
pair.
you 2 since that's a pair.
Yeah, that's what I
Ooh.
said.
You said that?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay. Moving on to order pairs, table of values, graph. So example 1 doesn't say to graph it. It says to determine which point is a solution to the equation below. It does not say graph this line. It says which one is a solution. So instead of solving it for y, when I want to find out if it's a solution, I'm going to start out with answer option number 1. And I'm going to plug in -3 and 2 into this function. Watch what happens when I do that. Let's go to 2. And then the x value goes in here. My x value is -3. Drop it in. That means 2 times -3. Okay. Then go to the next part of your function, -3 times y. What's my y value for that ordered pair? The first option that they gave me. What's the y value, Max?
The y?
If my x is -3, what's the y? It's 2. Okay, drop that in. So you have -3, 2. That was your first answer option. It should equal 12. If that is on the line, let's solve for it. 2 times -3 is what, whole class? Okay. -3 times 2 is what? Okay. And it equals 12. Let's solve it, and I end up with -12 equals 12. That is not true. Your ordered pair that they wanted you to get for the answer was 3, -2. Cross it out. That can't be the answer because -12 doesn't equal 12. You just proved to me that this is not a solution. -3, 2 is not a solution. Let's try B. (0, -4) is option B. Let's label it and I'm going to test it out. Is this a solution to the equation? What do I substitute the x for? What value of x is the new answer that we're testing? Max. It's 0. So let's plug in 0 where x would be. Okay, we have 2 times 0. Then keep going with your function. Minus 3 times y. What's the y value, Avery?
4, -4.
It's -4. Okay. And let's keep going. It should equal 12. Let's test it out. 2 times 0 is 0. -3 times -4 is positive 12. 0 plus 12 is 12. You just found a solution to the equation because this 12 is equal to that 12. The ordered pair 0, -4, you know is on the line. This makes this equation true. If you have a number on the left that matches the number on the right, once you substitute, you have just found your answer. B is your answer, circle it. 0, -4 works. If I plugged in 6, 4 for this, and since it's not a solution, Mara voice, what should I get for the left and the right once you solve for it? Since 6, 4 isn't a function or isn't a solution, what should the left and the right side numbers be? I'm going to throw it up very quickly. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 12 equals 12. 0 equals 12. How do you know this is not a solution? How do you know 6, 4 is not a solution? Trying to talk to your partner. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reese, why is that not a solution? How do I know?
Because
It's no solution. It doesn't have a solution because the left and the right don't work. So this, you could think like Unit 2 would say no solution, but really you're thinking that it just does not provide a solution for it because it's not on the line. If you have a left and a right side number that's not the same, you can't have that ordered pair on the line, cross it out. Let's try 2 more. What are the coordinates of a point on the line with this equation? X plus 4y equals -1. Another way of saying the same thing, this asked for which point is a solution. Example 2 just asked what point would be on the line. If it's on the line, it is a solution. Jot that down so you know it's talking about the same thing. If it's on the line, it is a solution. Let's start this guy out, and we're just going to guess and check all the way down from 1, 2, 3, and 4, starting with 1. You have 10, -10, comma 3. And we're going to test this guy out. What's my first step, Corbin? Where does the -10 go?
the -10 go?
Mm-hmm. My function is x plus 4y equals -1. Where would I place that -10? Is the -10 an x value or a y value?
1.
Is the -10 an x value or a y value?
What's the x?
It's an x value. For the ordered pair, you label it x comma y. So if I'm going to put this in the x value, where should it go, Corbin? Look up at the function. Where do you see the x? To the left of the positive sign. So let's plug it in. Put -10 there. There's a plus sign, then a 4 and a y. Wherever you see the y, what number do I replace it with? Logan.
Probably a 3.
Good.
Yeah.
And that should equal -1. If this is a function, what should the right side of my function equal? And my left side of the function equal? If this is a solution to it, what should they both equal, Daniel? Let's test. -10 plus 12 is 2. 2 does not equal -1. Cross out that first answer. This does not work. Let's try another one. Once you get better at this, you can probably start at an answer that you think may work, but for today, we're just going to keep guessing and checking. negative 7 comma 2. These problems take a little bit of grit because you have to check 4 problems in one. Where does the negative 7 go, Raiden?
What?
Where does the negative 7 go?
Multiply by 1.
Where?
Multiplied by 1.
Okay, next to the x. That's basically multiplied by 1. Then add the 4 and the y. What's my y value, Finn?
4. No, that's the last one. 2.
Good. Okay, negative 7 plus 4 times 2. Yeah.
Why don't we multiply the negative 7 by x?
Because negative 7 was x, you're just going to basically drop the negative 7 into here. So see how this x doesn't have a number next to it? You can just replace that x with that number.
Why don't we write negative 7x?
Because the x isn't x anymore, the x is now negative 7. Notice how when you rewrote the y down here, I didn't put 4 times y, I put 4 times what? 2. So the y isn't y anymore since I'm using that order of pair. The y is now the number 2. Now that you have no variables, you can solve for it. And what's it going to simplify to, Lauren?
It's going to simplify to 1.
Is that a solution? Is that going to be on the line, Cameron?
No.
It is not. So unfortunately, we're on to number 3. My phone is on the fritz. Number 3 is 6, negative 1. Where does the 6 go for this one, Hadley? Let's do purple.
And the x spot.
Okay. Replace it for x. Where does the y go, Hadley? Or what number is replaced for y? Okay. That should equal negative 1. 6 minus 4 equals negative 1. Is that on the line? Thumb up or thumb down? Thumb down, it doesn't work. Unfortunately, we are on to number 4. This one should work, or we made a blunder. Let's go with green. Where does the 7 go, Daniel?
Corbett Campbell, please come to the school office. Corbett Campbell to the school office.
Daniel, where does the 7 go? Logan, Jameson, a few others if you did that. That's not necessary. It's adding to the distraction. Thanks for being respectful and professional. Daniel, where does the 7 go?
Where the X is.
Cool. What number is replaced for y, Daniel?
Negative 2.
Okay. And 7 minus 8 should equal negative 1. Once you have those two numbers equal, you just found a ordered pair that's on the line. Unfortunately, number 4 was the answer for that one. In the future, like I said, if you get good at this, you can choose which one to start at, but you need to test until you have proven that one works. For example 3, this time there is a line and a graph, and you're going to tell me 2 solutions that are on this line. They don't give me the function, they just give me a line, and I know that any point that's on this line is a solution. So I could say the point 0, 2 is a solution. That's a point that's on the line. It's right here. What's another point that I could use for this line? What's a solution, something that you see is on here, Avery?
Negative 2,
Negative 2 is right here. Give me one more solution. Again.
4.
Over 1, up forward. And there's a ton more. One official one that's easy to do. But you can keep on writing points. I could put a point here. It'd be a fraction. But this would be about negative 1/2 up 1. You can say that's a solution. It's kind of sloppy because I can't be exact, but you can point a million different solutions for this thing, going all the way up to like 100 on the x, 100 to the y. And you can keep listing these things. There are not only 4, there's an infinite amount that you could point out. What is a non-solution for this? What is one point that would not work, Max? Let's test it. Over 4, up 4 is going to be up here. That is not on the line, so that would be a non-solution. 4, 4 does not make that equation true. Hadley.
5, 4.
Over 5 up 4 also does not make the equation true since it's not on the line. Mason, give me one more point that's a non-solution.
3, 1.
Perfect. Again, like the solutions, you can give me a million of these. You can just keep listing 101, negative 102.
We will be having outdoor recess at
Hooray!
we will make a different
Skip example 4. Next page, please. Flip to number 6.
Oh my lord.
On number 6, go ahead and label 4 points that I have on the board. E should be at 2, 5. Number 6 in your bronze. F should be at negative 2, 1. G should be at 0, 0. And H is 6, 0. We're going to huddle up on 6 in about 10 minutes, so try to get that far. You are on number 1. If you need help with your partner, you may talk about math. If you're off task, you'll be counted for off task. Make sure you're being diligent, using your time wisely. Number 1 is right there. I'll scroll back down. Get started if you have 6 filled in with E, F, G, and H. Start on number 1, you're on bronze. Partner work for 10. You don't have to do it.
I sit here,
You're
so
just
like.
going to plug in the 3 for the line. So you can put 3 on the left side. And then put negative 4 on the right. So it's going to be 3.
Like, it's gonna be so hard.
No, on number 6. 4 sides.
And then solve it.
No way, I forgot your name.
Let's do 1.
Oh, I did it. That's why I got it.
There, Lauren, are you guys on task or are you stuck? Okay. Are you working or are you off task?
I'm working.
Okay. So Hadley, negative 3 is on the left side. Do you see that? And so this is a little different than the examples because your y is going to always change. The left side will be a little bit different, but you can still solve each problem that they give you. So this would be negative 3 equals 13. That doesn't work. Uh-huh.
Why? Why did you write that? What? Oh wait. So negative 4 is making it that.
Yeah. No, negative 4 is for which one? For 1. Negative 4 is x. You always have x comma y. It's always run and then jump. X then y.